Many people create attractors to come up with good or cool looking patterns, but actually you can use these attractors to come up with dynamic sketches which can lead your design iterations. And in this video, I'll be talking about how you can use attractors so that in this video, I'll be talking about attractor curves so that you can sketch dynamically. So the problem, attractors or attractor logic can feel abstract at first, and many people jump into the effect before understanding the variable portion behind. And the goal is to define what geometric variable is actually changing. So instead, I start with one simple geometric variable. I keep the setup easy to read. I use one attractor to influence one part of the system, and I think about the variable while sketching, not only for the building. And this makes the logic easier to understand before Grasshopper gets more complex. And in this work, what we are going to do is we'll be creating one single grid. Let's go to the vector tab, grab a grid component, and we can keep it XY. We can keep the size. It's now 1. Let's make it 2000. Just to make sure it's large enough, and we can get, I don't know, 20 for each direction, X and Y. And then if we go back to my recipe, create a grid, which we done that. Create one attractor curve. Let's create that attractor curve. Measure the distance from each cell center to attractor curve. Use that distance to scale the cells and compare how the grid changes as attractor moves. So we extract the area, and now we need to create a relationship between this curve and the midpoint. And what we can do, we can flatten this just to be a little more safe. And we can use a component called pull point. So when we have the pull point component, what it does, it gets the points and it gets the geometry, and it finds the closest distance to those points. As you see, the points of the grid is projected onto the curve, and we get the distances per each. And these distances can be used, I can get another curve here, to scale them, right? As we did in the previous exercises from the same area. Can get this geometry here, can get the center here, and for the factor, we can use this distance. So we remap this distance by going and understanding the bounds of it, meaning where it starts and where it ends. And the target should be maybe ranging between 0.5 and 1. And when we connect this to here, let's see what we got. So what we see here is simply when this curve is closer, you see, we get this information. However, it's slightly off because this is too large. So if we do this, we get a little better understanding of what we are doing, right? So you see, whenever the curve hits, it changes this information. You know, also what you can do, let's say we add the curve here, right? Let's say you want to have the curve here. What we can do, we can add another curve here. And when we connect these together, you see, we have this. Obviously, these shapes are a little bit weird, so it may be a bit difficult, hard to understand. Select them, set multiple curves, and you see they are being impacted by these two curves. And by doing that, you can always add more things to this equation. Obviously, we are changing the size right now, but we can plug different information to this equation as well. In the meantime, if you want to get free access to this Grasshopper file, follow the link in the description and join my school community for free. So why this is helpful? Because the variable becomes easier to identify, the relationship becomes easier to sketch, and this sketch can be your very first initial sketch, right? And the setup becomes easier to rebuild later. The effect is visual and easy to test. Grasshopper feels less abstract. The main idea behind this is the attractor is not the result. The attractor is the driver, and the distance is the relationship. So the cell size is the geometric variable that changes between, or that is being changed by the attractor curves. If you are serious about learning Grasshopper, follow the link in the description and book a call with me so that we can sit down and talk about how we can elevate your career by adding Grasshopper to your toolkit. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.